Okay, we just got back from watching the Batman movie, and we were just talking like a little bit. We talked for like probably 5 minutes on the ride home, and then I was basically like, "We're gonna shut up and we're gonna do this for a video." So I don't know how long this video is gonna be. We're using a new mic that I have never used before, so yeah, we're just gonna like talk about what we think about the movie. First, what is your rating of the movie?
8.
Dude, get in the get.
I'm 8. Not everyone needs to see my face.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
It was like a high 8. I wouldn't say.
Are you
9.
not gonna get in it?
Why?
You're ruining the video. Are you serious?
You really want me.
Well, she gives it a high 8. We both give it an 8.5. That's what we both give the movie. I guess I'll just do this since Briella doesn't want to be involved. Let me go back center screen for you guys. No, you're not. Very long movie. Here, let me get out of here. It was a very long movie. Did a lot of world building. You know what? I'll let you go first. Just whatever. Okay, hold on. So before we watched the movie, Briella was saying that she, like, looking at the trailer, she said that she hated Catwoman's mask and the fact that like it was 2 different fabrics, her suit. Do you still believe that?
Yeah.
I was on the complete other side of it, and I actually thought I thought I'd love it, right? Because I saw it in the trailer. I don't know how I didn't notice in the trailer. I hate how it goes over her nose.
That was the whole thing that I was like arguing.
I didn't even realize that. I thought that it literally like looked. I don't know what.
So you did a Batman reaction trailer.
I watched it. I watched the mask. I saw it. Maybe just like in the scene, in the moment, it was okay. I think it was when she started talking. Like when she had the mask on and she like looked at Batman and she started talking. I just realized how stupid that was. Like she can't breathe.
I don't know. I just didn't like that her suit was leather, but then her mask was like real cloth and real shady.
Yeah.
The rest of her outfit's gonna be looking nice and everything else. Why would?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they tried to build it. Like I want to say that they just did a very real version of like got like a dark human side of Batman. Like there wasn't no like superhero shit. Like I know there was some like action scenes, but like I just like with the car, the Batmobile, that's believable. Like that's legit. Like I know it wasn't the best thing ever. Like obviously
It was basically his car is relatable because he's rich. And the car that he had was basically just an SS, a souped up SS Chevelle.
Yeah.
Or I don't know what kind of sports car it was.
Yeah.
It makes sense because he's rich.
One thing I really thought was like sick and I did not see coming was the contacts.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool.
How they like you could see like the little wiring in them and everything that happened throughout the day. Like he was saying that like
Basically just a body.
yeah, but like he was like there was a point where he was saying that the reason he did it was that some nights he didn't even remember what happened.
Yeah, because he's sick.
Yeah, because exactly.
Because they literally mentioned so many times throughout the movie that he's sleeping.
Yeah, and that's what
They're
like
sleep.
and that's when you're saying like when he was being Bruce Wayne, he was really like quiet and like mopey and stuff. But like, imagine going out every night for like a 10-hour period, 8-hour period where it's like dark, you know, and like he's being Batman, getting beat up, beating people up, doing all this. Obviously, all those like terrible things, like idea, like because he's in the beginning of the movie, he was like, "I'm vengeance" or whatever. That's legit all that's running through his mind. If you're that insane, like, and going like that, like, you would be mopey, you would be tired, you would look like you're like slightly on some type of drug all the time.
I mean, yeah, but
No, but I feel like this, I don't know, I feel like the other Batmans are more focused on the action side of it and not so much like the human side. That's what I'm saying.
I feel like Christian Bale's was.
They had the best of everything. I think that's what it is. I think this Batman wasn't like you're not gonna see Batman run over a bunch of people with a tank. You're not gonna see him catch Joker falling off a building like they did in The Dark Knight. they're not gonna have like Bane break Batman's back. It's not like the comic, like it's not like that type of movie. Like they went completely different. I feel like. So I don't know. I don't know. Personally, I feel like I can't like relate it. I can't compare it to Christian Bale's or any other Batman. And I think part of it was, and I talked to Brielle about this like right away. And I think this is what drew me into the movie like right off the bat, was the fact that the Riddler was actually based off the Zodiac Killer. With his like cryptic code, like the cipher. Yeah, exactly. So the cipher that he used, and just kind of like, obviously he was using really like messed up things to kill people and facilitate his stuff. But I thought that was super cool because I absolutely love that movie, and I think the Zodiac Killer is probably like the most interesting serial killer in my mind. So I don't know. I just like that. But to move on, that the Bane thing.
Oh yeah, well there's like toward the end of the movie.
You have to speak up.
At the end of the movie, he's getting beat up and he's like passing out. And instead of, people take morphine to like ease the pain, well, he took out a syringe and it was green and it basically looked like the Bane serum that he uses, because the only reason why I say that, because it's green and because right after he took it, he was beating the guy senseless.
Yeah. And that's like really cool. Like there's nothing to like say anything against that, because that totally could be what it is, but
because it was like morphine's not green. Like I don't know what else you could have taken.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's definitely like little things like that are like setting the tone for the next. Like it makes you want to be like, what the was that? Like what just happened? What did he do? Because he literally got shot by a shotgun point blank, and was hanging by like 2 fingers. And he was like gonna. The thing that I don't understand though is he was like gonna die. Like he was legit like gonna die.
Yeah, like you said, he wasn't scared of it.
Yeah. But then Catwoman got dragged away, and like, I mean, I'm totally fine with the fact that he's like, because she was like, it's done, Batman, like it's done, man, like, you're okay, you can like go. And then he sees her getting dragged away, and like obviously he said in the movie with like the scene with Alfred, he's like, I hate to see the people that I love or the people that I care about get hurt, and that's what he's been trying to avoid, and since his parents died, and that's why this whole shit's been going on, going into the serum thing. So like I'm totally okay with him saving. Like getting up and being like, you know what, it's not done. Like I'm gonna go save Catwoman. But then he pulls out this syringe or whatever because he's like, fuck, dude. Like it's basically like something like adrenaline rush. The Bane theory actually like seems like that's honestly what it was, because in the Arkham games, when Batman actually gets injected with the Bane serum in the game that I'm playing right now, Arkham Asylum. So he gets injected, but he's able to like barely fight it. But obviously, like in the game, they turn into some. Yep. But yeah, in the game, you obviously turn into like a giant, huge giant, and you get like your Bane. You know what I mean? So it's not like that. But anyways, he stabs himself, and immediately he stands up and he like goes to the guy that was dragging her, and he just like he drops her. And he just doesn't stop. And they actually have to end up pulling, I think it was Gordon pulling him off. Yeah. Jim Gordon. One thing I don't get, like, I don't know if I like it or not, the fact that this Batman can legit just get shot by fucking machine guns constantly. I mean, Bale's did a little bit, but not as much. Like, you didn't see scenes where Bale was just straight up getting lit up. Like, in this movie, they used like lighting in some of the fighting scenes where literally the bullets like ricocheting off his armor, which is cool as shit. Like it's just I don't know.
See, that makes sense because he usually has military.
Yeah.
So if he has military grade shit, then why doesn't he have a big ass?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And like,
also, where the fuck is his like bat pump?
His jet. He has like everything.
I know. Like I don't know why he didn't use that.
It's just weird, like like you're saying, how if he has that armor, like the armor that literally can like he can just get hit with 100 bullets from an LMG and he's just walking it off.
Then I don't know why he didn't have it.
Why doesn't he have a tank? Why does it like
well,
why?
Like the car itself was basically indestructible, but why is it a sports car?
Yeah.
If you have the money, get the tank.
Well, like, and with his gauntlets, like I was saying with the trailer to it, yeah, it wasn't. He didn't have like the traditional Batman like hooks on his gauntlets or whatever. He had these like wooden like stick things. And yeah, like I'm saying, like that's okay. But why didn't he have better equipment if he had that kind of armor? Like I just don't get that.
That's never used battery. Honestly,
He did. He used the chest batarang.
Yeah, but no, Christian Bale does use battery.
Yeah, he does. But also in Batman Begins, when he was becoming Batman, they showed scenes of him like crafting the freaking batarang.
Yeah,
But I actually did hear. I think I heard something about it. I don't know. I don't know because I didn't. It wasn't spoiled, but when the scene did come up where Batman like was using his chest piece to like cut. Well, what did he cut originally? He cut something small.
He cut it through the door because the tape.
Yeah, so he cut the tape on the door and then and then he put it back in, like on the chest piece. And you in the movies were like, damn, that's cool.
I was like, what?
Yeah, and then he ended up using that later on to save everyone with the electricity. I gotta say, the way that they made like the big scale, like, yeah, it was kind of different and it like took a while to get there. But the end scene, like just the action, was something I've never seen in like I've never seen a flood with like everyone going direct, like I don't know, just the way that they had that many people in such a small area, the flood going on, this fight that's like going on above everyone, stuff's dropping down and like because of the flood and it's starting to electrocute, like there was just so much going on.
I know, that's why I was like, where's the fucking...
Yeah, and exactly.
No way that he was gonna come out on top.
And
yet he did.
There was. Are you serious? Yeah, there was a certain scene, and I can't remember where it was. I think it was like when he pulled the rug up. There was like a little like dead scene. Like it was like I don't know if it was like black for a second or like it was just changing to a different scene. I think it was. I don't know. I think it was when Batman like skipped to him like just giving like that talk at the end about like how he's saying his whole idea of like being vengeance wasn't like what he like actually grew to be. He's becoming Hope, which is the actual Batman, which we were also saying. Well, I was kind of saying when we were talking about it. I think in the next movie, it's gonna be a more not obviously it's not gonna be like, oh, it's Christian Bale's Batman, but it's gonna be.
This is basically
more Batman. This is like his.
This was what Tom Holland's first two.
Yeah.
The setup to becoming himself.
Yeah, I think it's really cool though how he's been Batman, and him being Batman like isn't him being Batman. Like I feel like at the end of this movie he really became what the people needed him to be, which is really cool. I know they did that in the other series as well. He literally was like, whatever they need, the Dark Knight, whatever at the ending. I think that's pretty cool. Dude, what is that guy's name that's playing the Joker?
The same guy that plays
Ewan. Is it Ewan?
No, his name's like Barry.
Oh yeah.
It's the guy from Eternals, and he plays Druig.
Druig, that's what Druig. Druig. Whoever plays, you guys. I don't know if you guys know or not. If you guys are watching this, I'm gonna have some sort of spoiler thing in the title, so you guys better have seen the movie or just aren't gonna see it and don't care. But the guy that plays Druig in the Eternals, the guy that can control minds, that like there was a lot of stuff going around about how he was like super high on like TikTok and everything. Whatever. Dude, he is gonna be playing the Joker. You can't really tell from the scene. At least I couldn't. Maybe some other people could.
I thought he was Two-Faced because
I didn't.
Just because the bars made his face look like he
was
disformed.
Well, that's immediately.
But then the second he said the clown, I was like, literally the second he started talking, because I knew for a fact that no other fucking prisoner from Arkham sparked up
Yeah, and that's what
conversation with that guy.
I didn't see it going that direction like at all. Like I knew in my head the entire time I was thinking like the reason I really love this like the idea of this movie and the stuff that went on with it, like I said, was the Riddler. That was an amazing like real take on like something that like seriously is a real world like brought like that.
Well, because he's the Riddler.
Yeah, he's just a normal guy that's just using his surroundings to get what he, not even get what he wants, but just cause stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's same like the Zodiac Killer. It's just unexplainable like chaos, and it's scary because you just don't know. You don't know what he's gonna do. There really is no plan. Like when he was talking to Batman in there, and he kept saying Bruce Wayne, and then he said Bruce Wayne like something else. When it like everyone realizes that he doesn't know that Batman's Bruce Wayne.
I know. One part he made the whole time he made it seem like he knew that it was Bruce Wayne, but then he said Bruce Wayne and then the Batman right after that, and then it made it seem like he didn't know who Batman was.
Yeah, but then right after that he said something like, "I think you and I both know it doesn't matter who's wearing the mask." Something. Like something in that sort of like.
Yeah, but he has to know.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I think he does know. The whole time he was kind of giving the illusion that he knows he's Batman, and everyone like was like, oh my god, like whatever. And then he didn't, and then he was like, Bruce Wayne and all these other guys were taken care of by me and the Batman. And then he went on. Like, everyone was like, okay, well he doesn't know. And then he was like, I think you and I both know. This is like the real image. Like this is your real self. Like, it doesn't matter who's underneath the mask. So I think he does know, and I think he was alluding to the fact that he does know that he's Batman. But in his own way, like, he let Batman know. Because the whole time, like, Batman was sitting there, obviously, like, in his head, he was feeding them shit to try to get Batman to get pissed off. And he was like, what did you do? And, like, all that. Like, he really, I think their exchange, they both know. But I personally, I think that the Riddler's not going to tell anybody.
No one ever does.
Yeah.
Because, well, the only way that I knew that he was Bruce Wayne, because I didn't know, because you knew that he was Bruce Wayne, but I didn't know that Riddler knew he was Bruce Wayne until he pulled the card from the cage, because bats are his biggest fears.
Oh. That's crazy. And I mean, he didn't really say. He did say in this movie that his biggest fear was losing another person, but like they didn't really address the fact that he's scared of bats and use it as a symbol. But knowing history of Batman, that's a cool like Easter egg.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't think of that because when it happened, when he was reaching into the cage, I was like, "What is he like? Scared he's gonna get bit? Is he like?
I thought
why
he was
is he
act scared because he's
he didn't. He didn't. But I mean, obviously he's not. He told Alfred he thought he mastered everything. Obviously, you can't master emotions and everything, but that's a really good point. That's cool. I didn't think about that.
That's when I knew that.
Yeah. I just can't. I don't get how Batman. It must have been the Bane thing, because he was literally gasping for air, like dying on the ground. Hit it. Not only got up and saved him, but then he like stood up after Gordon pulled him off, and I was like, I was waiting for him to just drop again. Like I was like, okay, like drop back down, man. You're still dying. Like you got some adrenaline in you, but you're still dying. Yeah, she does this every day. It's her new thing. She just plays with her tail. All right, I'm gonna end the video there. We just talked for 20 minutes. I wanted to just set a timer for like 20 minutes real quick and just kind of get our first thoughts. There may have been some things we missed.
He was overall a good Batman.
Yeah. I think. I mean, like I said, I feel like you can't compare it. I would give it an 8.5. I feel like if I saw it again, and I feel like if they make another movie that aligns with this one and that like continues to world build on this, I think that this movie will definitely go a lot higher.
Well, yeah. Oh, I'm not trying to compare him to like
Well, yeah.
all the other ones. I mean, I do, but like when it comes to him just actually being a decent actor, Batman.
Yeah. Well, you can't. Kind of like how Endgame was. Like there is literally no way to get some like a type of like you care so much for the characters and like in Marvel. So when Infinity War happened, after you've been watching them for like how long was it? Like 10 years or more than that? 20 years? I don't know how long it was. I don't know. Whatever. That whole like from Iron Man 1 all the way down the line, like there you didn't think in your head like, you know what I mean? But like the more time you have with them over time, they just grow on you and it makes you really get invested. Obviously you can get invested in any movie first time watching it, but it really builds. And I feel like say Batman Begins was the only Batman movie that came.
I still think Christian Bale would have been a good.
Well, yeah,
Batman
he still was great. Yeah, still was great. But like, it wouldn't have the effect that it does now. Like, you look at it now, like, who's Batman? Dog.
I have two answers.
Well, who's your favorite Batman?
Oh, my favorite's Christian Bale.
Exactly. If you think of Batman in your head, Christian Bale pops up instantly. You're like, oh, the Batman.
Adam West. Michael.
That's so dumb.
They're the first Batmans.
Yeah, it's just they didn't. I don't know.
So
They
if you
didn't do
like
it.
follow them, that's what you think of the Batman.
I mean, yeah, if you're a boomer, if you were like 10 and you saw Batman as Adam West and you were like, oh my god, it's Batman, like sure. But in terms of like storytelling, they're like Christian Bale.
Yeah.
And then obviously this to me, like I wouldn't put one over the other, to be honest. I wouldn't. I don't know what I would do. But
Christian Bale and Batman.
yeah.
Well,
I think that Christian Bale. Sorry, I don't. Go ahead.
I have favorites, and I like Christian Bale because I think Christian Bale does good as Batman, Bruce Wayne. I didn't like Robert Pattinson as much as, but I get now that he didn't sleep.
Yeah.
But when Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne, he shows what Bruce Wayne is. Like he's like power, fame.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely didn't focus. I mean, it's not that it didn't focus on it, but it just didn't. It wasn't of importance in this movie. They just went a whole different route with what was important.
Well,
and it worked. I
feel like in the other movies they don't even use Bruce Wayne as being important. They use it as for him.
It covers him.
Yeah.
He's a cover because he's such a big person when he does stuff or like whatever. It fills the news and he can go out in the night and obviously do whatever. Yeah, I think that Christian Bale, overall as playing Batman, obviously
they wrote with him.
Yeah, they did. They definitely wrote him better. Yeah, I don't know.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, but
because
definitely
going into it, because I've seen Twilight, I was like Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, at first I was just like, this is gonna be terrible. But like I said, as you guys, the trailer reaction and whatever the clips I've done. It's definitely been building. I will show you guys right now. That's my desktop. So, and this was before I saw the movie. So yeah. He's grown on me definitely.
Yeah, I know. Like if he comes out with more movies,
yeah, and I think that if he gets 2-3 movies, I think that
he'll be paired.
I think it'll really. He has the capability to give Christian Bale a run for his money.
He does.
And at the end of the day, even if he like absolutely like shits on him, Christian Bale is always gonna be that guy. Like what he's done is not gonna diminish it. It's just gonna up like the way films are going even further because films are just obviously they're gonna get better over time. So
I was like,
I liked it. Real quick.
The shit out of me.
I thought the fact that when you know how I was saying they started playing the hopeful music of Batman. I thought that like when it started playing and we obviously knew he was going to what even was that? A memorial? Yeah, he went to that memorial or whatever. He said he was gonna go, and then it cuts to a scene of him pulling up in a car, and this like, it's that same like do, but it was like, it was just so melodic. If you guys have seen the last video I did on, I think it was with some clips, I put the audio, like the soundtrack for the movie in there, and like most of the song is that like hopeful Batman. They're definitely gonna use that in the next movie. Now that I'm thinking about it, because like I was saying, I can legit, like, before seeing this movie, I could listen to that and I could like close my eyes and just see how it's like Batman vengeance type stuff, whatever. Something happens, it's kind of like sadder, and then he just like comes out of it into this, like, it just blossoms into this crazy music. And then you're like it's just, it reminded me of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, like Spider-Man 2, like at the end of the movie, it all just kind of like, it feels like it just kind of wraps it up with a little bow on the top, and it's like perfection. Sam Raimi, anyway. I didn't say this. I'm not saying this movie's perfect at all. It definitely isn't.
I thought the music was good.
Yeah, the music is really good. Like I said, I think
I thought a lot of the fight scenes were good.
Yeah, they were. Everything in this movie was great. I don't think there was really any like bad scenes.
There was nothing really bad. It's just because we know the character and they twisted it to their own liking that it's just kind of like.
Yeah, and I'm really glad they did that, because if they would have tried to go for another like real Batman, comic accurate, everything Batman, whatever, it's hard to come back from that. I mean, yeah, we would have liked it, but like it's not gonna just hit like people that love Christian Bale, which is like everyone that's gonna go see the movie loves Christian Bale. It's hard because if they go into the movie and they don't enjoy it as much as Christian Bale, a lot of people won't come back.
My dad doesn't like it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There you go. So, I don't know. All right, I'm going to stop talking. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video. If you guys want to see more Briella, let me know. And 2, deuces.